Okay. Hi folks, Tony at TravelScoot again. In this video I'm going to show you how to replace the tire on the right rear wheel assembly of the direct drive model TravelScoot. For this you'll need your 4mm Allen wrench and one of your 5mm Allen wrenches from your toolkit, and probably a flat blade screwdriver. That's essentially it. So let's start with the following. You have this brake drum mounted to the actual wheel assembly, and we'll just start by removing that, and I'll do it as quickly as I can, otherwise Kevin's going to have to fast forward on some of this stuff, but me being the efficient operator here, we should be able to do this pretty quickly without too much monkeying around.
What size tool is that?
This is the 4mm Allen wrench. Did I not mention that? I am so sorry. We'll set that aside, and that will uncover the 5mm bolt heads that actually hold the wheel assembly together. So we'll go ahead and engage these. 5mm. And as you may see while I'm turning this, there are threaded inserts on this side. They do not fall out, so you don't need any other wrenches or anything like that. It's also a good idea to perhaps pre-clean this a little bit before you start taking stuff apart. It'll allow you, first of all, to get the dirt out from the bolt heads and insert your Allen wrenches a little more effectively. I'll just say it that way. Okay, now what you do is you may have to pry the wheel half apart a little bit. A flat blade screwdriver is fine. A spatula, pocket knife will work. And you'll have your wheel half come apart like this. Here's an aluminum spacer. The spacer helps protect the wheel halves from being compressed and gives it a little more rigidity. Now you can push out the other wheel half. Here's your tire. It looks very similar to the left rear tire, however this diameter is going to be a tiny bit smaller. So now you would take your new tire, you'd insert it, and make sure that the wheel half in this case lies essentially flush with the tire. It'll be, one material thickness above. It is possible to get it a little bit misaligned. There are grippers here, and of course they need to engage. Pretty easy to do. It's easy to feel that set of teeth engage each other. Don't forget your spacer. And now let's get these slid into their respective holes. Okay, that's where we're at with that. It's always a good idea to get the bolts started before you tighten them all the way, before you tighten each one individually. That way there's still a little bit of relative movement allowed to optimize the alignment or get the bolt started if one of them is giving difficulty. Okay, we got them all started and aligned. But I've got a habit of going somewhat crosshatch. Okay, those are now snug. Now we can take the brake drum. Also, you want to take this opportunity on a used drum to maybe clean it up a little bit. It's a great time to get any sort of crud or corrosion out from underneath and along the drum itself. And you want to look for any distortion. Just drop it in place. And on this one, it is definitely a good idea to get the bolts started before you snug them up, because you are going to want to try to align the brake drum as best as possible. It does align fairly accurately on its own, but you just want to make sure that it's not totally off center, because then of course your brake engagement would be very lopsided. All right, and then again, as you will see in our videos with the front wheels as well as the older wheel assemblies on the belt drive scooters, you've got the spacer that'll need to be brought into alignment with the holes in order to get the axle shaft to line up. A screwdriver or any type of shaft will allow you to do that. You can sort of look through here, see that we have a straight shot going through here and that the bushing material isn't in the way, and that'll allow you to pass your axle shaft through. All right, it's as simple as that. Thanks again, and happy scooting.